been like for you, just being out there, kind of kick a little bit?
It's been exciting. We're 2 years behind two really good kickers. Chris Dunn and Luke Rosa. Braden, he's with the Packers now. So been waiting my opportunity and it's come, so I'm excited.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from them over those few years to be ready for this opportunity?
Just being confident, going out there and not being worried to mess up. The second you go out there to kick, not to miss, you're going to miss. It's just got to be confident when you go out there.
Growing up in Rock Hill, when did the kicking journey start for you?
So I played soccer my whole life, and I got burnt out of that because it was my whole life, like all year round. If I wasn't with my club team, I was with high school. If I wasn't with them, I was with a different club. So then got burnt out of that. Got to the point in high school where I wanted to switch it up, so stuck to something else that involved kicking. So I went to football and started kicking there, and that's how this journey started in ninth grade.
Ninth grade.
Yes.
When did you kind of realize maybe I could do this in college? What grade?
Probably sophomore year. I was really doing good. I got a lot of confidence from my coaches. I worked with Dan Orner, who went to Carolina and was in the NFL. Got connected with him, and ever since then I've had the confidence to go out there and do my job. And yeah, that's basically it.
As you know, the recruiting process with specialists is different than almost every other position. What was that like for you to navigate?
The hardest thing was getting in touch with them. So I just posted videos on Twitter and then tagged the coaches that I would like to see that, and that's how basically everything happened. Went to a lot of camps in junior year high school, and this is one of them I went to. And ever since then, I just kept in contact with them, and that's how all this started.
Did you get an offer from any schools in the process?
So I did not, and I don't know if that's because of my exposure or due to the fact that I was a junior. I was really young. So after the camp, it was a couple weeks later, NCC called me and was like, hey, we're giving you an offer. Let us know in a couple days what you think. And then a couple days later, I told them I'd commit. And
What kind of maybe a confidence boost or an ego boost that you knew at a certain point they weren't going to go get a kicker in the portal, that you had a chance to be this guy? What was that like to kind of go through December, that January period? When the portal is always active.
Yeah, correct. So all throughout the off season, I trained, and I had the confidence to go out there and do what I knew I could do. So I went out there, and all throughout the training camp and off season, the coach was like, "All right, doing good, keep it up and everything." When we got to fall camp or spring ball, I think that's what really showed me that I had it in me to be the guy. And so after spring ball, they were like, all right, you did good in the spring game. We're going to give you an offer to be the starting guy. And I was like, perfect, sounds good. And so that's how that happened.
Did they put you on scholarship yet, or is that something you're working toward?
So right after the spring game, they were like, hey, we're going to put you on scholarship since you're a starting guy, and which was amazing. Called my dad and parents right after that, my mom and dad. Very excited. It took a little while than I expected, but it's fine. Everything happens for a reason. Just trusted God's process and all of that. And yeah, after the spring game, they were scholarship, and I was excited.
Is that a sense of relief to get that and kind of know you've been working toward that to finally see that goal kind of get accomplished?
Definitely a sense of relief. A lot of pressure on my parents because out of state's really expensive, not a cheap thing at all. So being out of state is a little bit of a struggle. That was something that me and my parents talked about a lot, about trying to do your best to get one because it was putting a lot of strain on that. So
I'm guessing there was a academic component to this too for wanting to go to NC State. What is your major? What are your kind of academic dreams?
I'm in sports management. I want to stay in the realm of football and everything. Being a player in football comes to an end. So I'm doing stuff like that to try and stay in the football scene.
I'm talking to you now for the first time. I get a chill vibe. And Coach Goebel said that one of the things he liked about you as a kicker is that, I don't know, there's like a certain serenity, he said, like a calmness about you. You know, how's kicking and calmness kind of go hand in hand?
Definitely goes hand in hand. I've always been a chill, nonchalant guy. I guess it really helps. I mean, I go out there and I'm just really calm and everything, and I turn all the crowd noise into white noise in my head, and I just block it all out. You know, sometimes I go to sleep with white noise. Helps a lot. So to me, it's like kind of like calming. So all that crowd noise is like not pressure to me. It's not getting in my head, but it definitely helps a lot being really chill and laid back.
What did you kind of learn from Christopher Dunn and Braden Narveson?
Say that again?
What did you learn from Christopher Dunn and Braden Narveson?
I definitely learned from them being consistent in everything and being confident. That was really big whenever they were coming through and everything. You know, Chris was here for a while, Luke Rosa, and tried to go to the NFL and all that. And Braden, he transferred in and had a lot of reps behind as well and everything. And so he was really, really good. And so I just learned to just be confident when you go out there to try not to miss a kick. You're gonna miss a kick. Go out there to make a kick and just be confident. I mean, whenever I'm standing back there, I just think to myself, the one thing is rip it. Just rip it. You know what I mean? So I'm just back there, relaxed, and take a deep breath and just go through the swing.
You mentioned getting burned out on soccer. I mean, were you doing it at a pretty high level? Were you one of those kids that people were like 12 years old who's a soccer prodigy?
So, I wouldn't really say prodigy, but growing up I was always really good. I was very athletic growing up, and playing soccer was just something I really loved at the time. I started whenever I was 3. I played club soccer really the whole time. I was always on the top teams and stuff. I played in the summertime I played for this team in Germany. It's called Bayern Munich. They came over, had some coaches come over and built a team, and I played for them for 2 years. And in middle school and stuff, I had offers to go overseas to train with them and see how.
That's kind of a prodigy.
I don't want to say all that. I had some offers to go and see what everything was about over there in the public, but it's money thing. It's really expensive, and I was really young. You know, wanted to have a life and everything.
You kicked an extra point last year. You know, I guess what was that experience like to actually get on the field, and kind of how has that helped you, I guess, going into this year knowing that you're the guy?
Yeah, that definitely helped for sure. I was really close with Braden. Me and him were very, very close, and so we were playing VMI, and he was like, "Hey, next extra point, since we're up a lot, just give Kanoah a chance, see what he can do." I wasn't really expecting it, but whenever it was my chance and my name got called, I was like, "All right, here we go, let's do it." And the same thing as right now. I went out there, cleared my mind, took a deep breath, and just ready for the uprights, and everything was good.
And how long did it take to get this consistent swinger? That's what Coach Dorn's talking about, Coach Gold was talking about. It doesn't matter whether it's an extra point or a 50-yard kick, your kind of approach is the same. So how long did that take to develop that, not try to kill the ball when it's 50 yards away rather than, just go through it?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. It's just something that I've developed over the years. Training with Dan Orner, he was really good with just being calm and consistent and everything. And whenever you try and rip it, you're gonna or whenever you try and smash it, it's just gonna go everywhere. So just being really consistent with everything, your speed and all that, and having everything timed out really helped with, I guess, the smooth leg swing.
You had the 50-yarder in the spring game. What would you consider your range?
Depends on the game and where we are. At the Mayo Classic, I don't know which way it was, but there was one way I could go, and I hit a 63 in warm-ups, and then going the other way, I hit 55. So I told them my range for going one way was 54, the other was 60. So it depends on the weather and everything. If it's windy, depends on the type of stadium it is. If it's a big bowl, like the Duke's Classic was, it's going to swirl a little bit. The flags up top are going one way, the wind is going another on the field, so it all depends.
Going back home last weekend, home area. Did you have a big crowd? What was it like to kind of show everybody hey, this is where all my hard work is starting to pay off?
Yeah, so I think in total we had 28 people, and that's close friends and mostly family. They all came and watched me and everything, and my grandpa for the first time saw me play and everything, so that was exciting. But going back to that area was definitely a surreal experience, especially in that stadium growing up watching it. So yeah, it was very exciting.
So to put 28 in perspective, what will be here on Saturday?
Say that again?
To put the 28 in perspective, how many people in Team Kanoah will be here on Saturday?
Probably like 12.
Okay,
15.
so it was an extra 14
Yeah.
or 18.
So, yeah, for sure. My parents, they're going to be house out, and it's down the road in Cary. And it's a big house. They got a lot of people come in, and there's like 4 or 5 bedrooms, and so everybody stays and hangs out and everything after the game, and they cook and everything. So
NC State sent some kids to the league. Does that sort of feel like your job, it's like a responsibility, a legacy type of job?
it definitely holds a little bit of pressure behind it, but I just trust everything that the coaches have done for me, and all the things, the situations that they put me in for building that confidence to go out there and do what I know I can do. That's definitely something that I look forward to in the future. So yeah.
I wanted to stay in football, whether that's in the NFL or maybe in coaching or somewhere else. What does it mean to be at NC State and have the resource to be able to pursue a career in football after your playing days are over?
I mean, it's good. Having these coaches who have a lot of experience with these other guys, have put a lot of people into the league or different leagues, definitely helps a lot. They know what they're doing. Coaches here are really good. So, yeah.
Then going back to that first. All right, thank you. Going back to that first extra point where Braden was putting your name out there, let's give Kanoah a shot. What did that mean to you that he was sticking up for you, wanting you to get some playing time there?
It meant a lot. Like I said, we were really close. We hung out all the time. We were roommates whenever we were traveling and stuff. It meant a lot. And I kind of figured he would do that eventually because he mentioned something about it, like, hey, if there's a big game, like, just throw him in. Like, I want to see what he can do. So it definitely helped a lot having him as a close friend, but it was very exciting and everything.
Thank you.